わさびアニメすごいですね。
Hello, everyone. We're live here at Ace Arena, Jacksonville. We'd like to invite you guys into our facility here, and we've got a great panel of guests here today. Just a little bit about Ace Arena. We just started February 29th, took the leap of faith, opened up our doors, and then we're closed 12 days later due to COVID. Unfortunate timing. It was a horrible situation. We're making the best of it, but we're excited to be back open again and moving forward with a lot of the activities and things that we have going on. And we couldn't do it without our great team of our staff, our marketing, our people behind us working with it. And we also couldn't do it without our community of people that have been coming into sports. And that's what this panel is about today, to kind of share what those guys have been doing for us here in Ace Arena. So we've got a great hour of talks. We're just going to just kind of chit chat, make it real casual, and we'll be answering questions about the facility, about the arena, what we're doing here for everyone to make it a great place. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce Mike and Morgan. We've got Sydney. My name is John Sarmi. I'm the owner, and we have Ray over here. So let's just start with Ray. You're with the fighting game community. Tell us a little bit how you got started and what you're doing here with the community.
Well, born and raised here in Jacksonville, so I'm a hometown boy, and I started playing video games, back I think it was around 1994. There was a local arcade, smaller one. It wasn't one of the bigger ones. It was near Orange Park High School, and I used to go there on a regular basis and play. First game I ever played competitively was Mortal Kombat, the original one. And over the years, as new games came out, I came across Tekken. Tekken kind of, for me, it felt more, I was more comfortable playing, Tekken. So that's ultimately, what got me into the fighting game scene. And I have played other, other competitive games, but I think, like I said, Tekken was the one that really, stuck with me, and started competing in '95 out of the state, traveling. So I've been competing, for quite a while. And I also have a son now that competes. He's 14 going on 15, and he's been competing as well. We're both actually now sponsored by Brutal Democracy. I'm their FGC manager for the U.S. team. So, I handle any travel arrangements, which of course haven't been happening because of this whole pandemic. But, I'll be making the arrangements for the team and, making sure they get everything that they need, as far as these events are concerned. But going back to our local scene, we have a pretty large local fighting game community here in Jacksonville. We have Street Fighter players, we have Dragon Ball, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Grand Blue Versus. I mean, there's, you think of a fighting game, and I'm pretty sure we have a scene for it here. The Smash community is, very big as well. So it's, it's something that you have a good core group of players here. If you're ever interested in learning any of the games, just reach out. They have a Facebook page. It's the Jacksonville Fighting Game Community, and you can, check it out. And you can also, reach out to any of us. There's a lot of us that are kind of heads in our different games. I'm one of the admins for Tekken. So if you're interested in learning out, feel free to reach out to me.
Yeah, that's great. And I know you talked about your son. I know we were doing some streaming and stuff in here with him as well. Tell us about some of that experiences that you had.
That's been a learning experience. I honestly never realized how much goes into streaming, just trying to learn the streaming side of things. It's been kind of overwhelming. And I have a ton of respect now for streamers that do it on a regular basis, just all the work that goes into it. And, for my son, it's a great opportunity for him to learn, how to stream. It's something that he can incorporate into not just playing competitively, but he can also play and stream online to where he can, communicate and play with, people that follow him that are his fans. So it's a great opportunity for him to learn as well.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that we're passionate about too. And giving these youth and these kids and people a space to work on that and to learn different things and on the streaming side. One of the things that we're doing with Duval County Public Schools and as well as St. Johns County Public Schools is working on getting their esports clubs together and giving them an opportunity to come in and learn things like that to wet their whistle about getting into the industry, in the gaming industry. And we hope that, that is something that we can keep going forward. Let's go over to Mike and Morgan. We'll talk a little bit about what you guys are doing. You guys are in the first-person shooter. You guys have a Valorant team that you guys want to talk about. So tell us a little bit about how you guys got started, maybe how you guys met, and what you guys are doing here at Ace Arena.
Yeah, I mean, me and Mike have known each other. We're family friends. We're both also from I don't know if you're from Jacksonville, really.
I was raised here. I was born in El Paso, Texas, but yeah, our families have known each other forever.
Yeah.
We all went to the same grade school together and grew up through high school. I am older than all of these guys that I play with, so it's interesting to let them finally carry me when I was carrying them when they were younger. Funny thing is actually we didn't even start out on the same team. There was a local scene called the At-Large Group, and they were just a group of people that were they weren't competitive. They were just a fun community. And me and my brother and some of his friends, and now some of the guys that we played with, decided to go competitive. And yeah, we started out as kind of rivals, and then at this point, it's grown into a friendship. And now we play together, and he's carrying me pretty much every day. But
can't beat him, join him.
Right, exactly.
There
you go.
I wasn't that good because when we played, I was like 12.
Yeah.
I was really young, but I would win all the tournaments with like the silly games, like 50 people in the room and only one of them has a gun, everybody else has a knife. First person to kill the gun guy wins. Like I'd win those silly tournaments, but nowadays, I'm a lot more skilled in those, in the normal way of playing. So we play Valorant. We got our team. We call it STEMbait, just kind of like a meme name. But we're doing pretty well so far. Kind of in a mid-tier area right now, and we're about to join the league coming up shortly, which will kind of give us a bar to figure out where we're at with a competitive level.
It's interesting. The scene right now. It's not exactly. We played Counter-Strike back in the day. In Counter-Strike, they had CPL and Cal League, and these leagues were all designed to grow you up into that. And for now, Valorant, it doesn't have that online league that we're looking for. A lot of people are just throwing up tournaments, and that's kind of how it's gauged. So hopefully, like you said, this new league that we're trying to get into is going to be something give us a next stepping stone in what we want to do. So.
And just things we're looking for here at Race Arena, like back in the day, like we were saying, we had that At-Large group and his Bunny crew. We would go to facility, I think it was called the docking station back then, and it was a lot smaller than this. And then when we got we heard about this place, we came and checked it out. And walk in the back room, and there's like 50 computers ready to go. Like back in the day, you had to bring your own.
Yeah.
Unless you were just trying to get on your email, back then. But now, like this place is completely suited out to do events like that. Unfortunately, obviously with COVID, have to kind of lax that. But even here, with that, like we have social distancing available with the computers. Like it's such a large space, you can have your group of people and 4 other groups and still be separated from everybody. So I love the space here.
Yeah, and you guys know we have 2 training rooms here that are decked out with. We've got 5 PCs in each room, and so you guys come in and you guys basically take over one of those rooms for your own team. So it's your own private place to come in and compete with your team, have your own real private sessions. We hope to use those for a lot more team games and things like that, and educational purposes as well. But that's awesome, guys. It's awesome. We certainly appreciate you guys coming in here and supporting us as well. I think we'll be talking about maybe an upcoming event that we'll be working on too. We can maybe talk about that a little bit, following up later, as well as some other tournament stuff that we have with the FGC guys. But now I'm going to turn it over to someone who has really been special to us because she's been a big fan of what we're doing here, and we really appreciate her and everything that she's doing and bringing to the table, and that's Miss Sydney. Sydney is with Babes, Games, and Geeks. So Sydney, tell us how you started that and where you want to go with it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm Sydney. I started Babes, Games, and Geeks. For those of you who don't know, this game or this group, I founded it back in February of this year. For the past 7 years, I've been primarily PC gamer, Xbox gamer. I started back in college about 7 years ago, and essentially, I started going to these like clubs, these meetups, and I found that it would just be myself or maybe one other girl that would come to these meetups. They all trickle in and out, but I found that it was a very difficult group to break into, especially in the esports world prior to it booming with Twitch, YouTube, everything going on right now. And just throughout the years, I've just, here and there, whenever I find another woman, in the community, I latch onto her. We try to get together. But having most recently been introduced to the convention scene in the past couple of years, going to conventions, diving into the world of cosplay and a variety of other niches, as you would say, in the nerd community, I thought to myself, Jacksonville, there's conventions in Orlando, there's conventions in Atlanta, they're national, they're huge. I started meeting more female nerds in other cities from Jacksonville than Jacksonville itself. So I thought, why not just start a group for women, by women here in Jacksonville? Obviously, we're inclusive to all, men, women, everything. We just asked that they understand our mission, in which I wanted to create a community here in Jacksonville that was very strong across cosplay, anime, manga, gaming, especially. And with that, we created Babes, Games, and Geeks. And what we do is we're pretty organic. We started back in February. We've now hit over almost 900 members, which is fantastic. We have all of our meetups essentially here at Ace Arena. Thank you guys. And we meet and we just create meetups based on what the people want. In which women especially are able to come and thrive and feel comfortable, whether they're a book club meetup, whether it's a crafting meetup, whether it's just putting on a movie, hanging out with others that have similar interests. We even have had cosplay shoots. We've had everything you can possibly think of created by you, the community. And so I do everything we can, along with my other admins, Audrey, Alexis, Heather, and Chelsea, to create this. We have a great online community right now. With COVID, obviously it's been a struggle, but we've been having some great meetups here at Ace Arena pretty much twice a week, in which, again, we have weekdays, weekends, surrounded by what you guys want. We're online on Facebook. We have a D&D guild. We have about 30 people in that meet up pretty regularly. We have a book club. And yeah, you can pretty much check us out. And, what I've been doing the past couple of weeks is really getting from people what they've gotten or experienced. And primarily, if you're a woman and you've ever felt, walking into a room uncomfortable at a nerd event, I don't want that. I want you to feel comfortable, because it can be intimidating for a girl to come into any nerd event, be outnumbered 1 to 10, 1 to 20. But here, you're able to be yourself and have a great time. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. And, I know that from an esports point of view, a lot of female gamers, they don't even turn on their mics when they play because they are constantly harassed. And so to give them a space where they can come in real life and realize that, they have opportunities and can be accepted into the gaming community is an awesome thing. So yeah, I absolutely love that, what you guys are doing. Do we have any questions on so far what we're talking about? We'll touch base on some of the initiatives that we're doing here. You guys may remember us from WasabiCon 2 years ago. We actually came out as Little E-League. Little E-League is our youth gaming league. We want to try to get kids out of their rooms and into our arena. That's why we built Ace Arenas. That's so we have a space for those gamers, not just the kids, but the adult gamers as well, to come and, experience, gaming in real life. I think you can't, before COVID, we wanted all high five and fist bump in real life. And I think we all still want to do that, but it's a little more cautious. Our purpose here is threefold. We got esports, education, and events. And so our esports, as everybody knows, we're a competitive gaming center. We don't quite have 50 gaming PCs back there, like you said. We have 30. We have 36. We have 36. We're close, but we have a mission to try to get 100. If we can get the turnout and get everybody to come out here, we'll definitely support 100 systems in there easy with the space that we have. But we've got, I guess we might as well talk about some of the tournament stuff that we're going on. We actually had the U.S. Army came on board as a sponsor. So the Huo to the Army that we'll be putting together. We're still working out some of the details, so we're not going to tell you too much. But just know that we've got some big partnerships in the works with the Army, with the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're doing stuff maybe with the Jacksonville Giants. So we got some things, some exciting things happening. We're I don't know how far along we are in discussions on our zombie. What are we calling that, guys?
I mean, it's a survival themed thing for the 30th. It's supposed to be before Halloween. We're talking about games. We're trying to organize what type of games fit that theme and then have it for everyone to play. You know, we don't just want to have, you know, we thought of a lot of games that were a little too adult for the crowd. So we got to kind of taper that back and narrow that list down. But we're starting to get a handle of it. So we'll have it out shortly.
Yeah, so October 30th, we're going to be doing some kind of gaming challenge, some zombie something. I don't know. We'll be doing something. So keep an eye out on our social media stuff for that.
Speaking of socials, though, if we're looking this way, we see you guys in the chat room. We do have it pulled up, and somebody looks like Mr. Popo was asking what our social media handles are, and I see we have Jill in the chat room answering that. But if you wanted our socials, just let us know. And if you do have any other questions, like we can read you over here. I'm kind of like constantly looking because I'm a streamer too, and my monitor is naturally over there. So whenever I'm doing something, I'm like, I have a tick where I just kind of look over all the time.
Clearly, I don't stream. I'm not even looking over there at all. I didn't realize anything was going on. So
even when I'm not streaming, like
right.
I said, if I'll like have my Facebook open or something, I'm just like always looking, checking for updates. Probably a bad habit, but you know, that's what it is.
Well, Ray, you're getting ready to play in a tournament this afternoon, right around 3:00.
Yes.
What is that all about?
Well, RCB, he's one of our local guys here. He put together a tournament for WasabiCon for Tekken that starts at 3 p.m. I do believe the registration already ended at 2, but we're going to be starting that up, you know, here at 3:00. And the one thing, you know, with our local scene, our Tekken community is pretty large. We have a pretty, you know, good group of players. A lot of them are very active, you know, within the scene. And you know, I try my best to get things together as well as RCB. You know, we put together events, you know, as often as we can. I know that Ace Arena has their fight night every Thursday night, which is a community night for the fighting game community. It's $5 from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. For casuals. You can bring in a setup. If you do arrive, you know, between 6 and 6:30 with the full setup, you'll get an additional hour of game time added, you know, to your account here at Ace Arena. So you get an hour of game time that you can use outside of the time frame for the fight night. We also throw a bi-weekly Tekken tournament. This Thursday coming up, we'll be having that tournament, and the registration for that is it's a $20 buy-in, 10 of which goes to the pot, and the other $10 is actually put toward 3 hours of game time for your Ace Arena account. So that's a great deal because normally the 3 hours is around $18, I believe. And, you know, you're getting the tournament, plus you're getting the game time, and none of that game time is actually used during the event. So you can come back whenever you're available to use your 3 hours of game time, you know, from the tournament. So, you know, we do have that as well. And that's, you know, pretty much, I mean, the more people we can get out, you know, and start supporting this place, you know, this place is special and we don't want to lose it. So we need to make sure, you know, if you can and you feel comfortable coming out, there's plenty of room here to social distance. You know, we do have the setups when we throw our events, they're socially distanced as well. You have them at opposite, you know, ends of the table. So, you know, we're doing what we can to try to make, you know, the environment as comfortable as possible, and just get out and support it if you can.
Isn't there like a mask? What's the policy on the mask when we're here?
Yeah, so when you're walking, just like a restaurant, if you're walking around the facility, we just ask that you guys have your masks on. When you're seated at the PCs, you can take the mask off and things. Obviously, we don't have our masks on, but I think we all agreed that we were comfortable enough to not have our masks. And I think mask policies are really individual choices, and so I think everyone needs to make their own decisions on how they want to carry themselves, but still respect if somebody else has a mask on, that we put our mask on, and all of our staff here will have our mask on at all times, regardless of whether or not people have their masks on. So that if that's a concern, know that our staff and everybody we have here will have our masks on all the time, unless we're in a group of people that say, "Hey, it's okay, we can take them off." But I think the whole mask situation, just be respectful. I mean, what are you guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, every time I come in here, I love that just like everybody's kind of respectful of each other. And when I come in, I have my mask on, got my Spider-Man, mask. Whenever I come in, everybody that's walking about like always has it on. And as soon as I get to my computer, like I bring my own peripherals, my mouse, keyboard. I put my own stuff, so I'm only touching my stuff. Anybody that I'm talking to without a mask, it's normally people I'm with, like Mike here.
Right.
Like we're pretty close, like our little quarantine group.
Right.
We're all aware of each other, so we're all familiar. It's not like I'm out here with strangers, having conversation. But anytime I do talk to somebody, like when I think I met people from Team Fish Taco, like we were, anytime we were chatting, like we got up from our computers, we had our mask on, talking, like it's just kind of a normal thing here, so it's not really a big problem, I would say. Right. And looks like Popo's got some stuff. Oh yeah, he wants to know if any of us stream. I mean, I know I mentioned I do. Did you guys have like a channel that you guys stream on, or?
We go live it's again pretty organic, as I have guest cosplayers, streamers, makeup artists, 3D printers, all across the board that will hop on our channel weekly or bi-weekly to go over some stuff, probably for about 30 minutes to an hour, inform people of like tips and tricks currently, foam smithing, 3D printing. Pretty much everything we do is 101. It's very friendly to everyone watching. And so be sure, if you want to check those out, they're all on our page as well. Just Babes, Games, and Geeks on Facebook or Instagram. And we also have a Discord, so that if you'd like to get more in touch in terms of updates and events that we do, you can come to those as well and be pretty in touch. But yeah, that's how we stream.
Are you guys on the Ace Arena Discord also?
I am on the Ace Arena Discord as well. I do believe I joined that a couple weeks ago. I have to go back and check. But we also have our Babes, Games, and Geeks one as well. And everything we do, especially event-wise and meetup-wise, Ace and I, we all work together on getting those posted so everybody knows. Right. Especially like not our community, but like just our community, but everyone in the community can know about them as well.
And do you guys have a stream for when you guys do content? Or
yeah, my son and I, we both stream. My son's Twitch channel is King Ray Jr. It's KINGREY JR all together, and then mine is Corman Ray. It's CORPSMANREY, and we both do stream as well from Twitch.
Nice. Yeah, and we do have a stream room here. I think somebody was asking if we can stream. Is that right? Is that what I'm saying?
I think he was wondering if we streamed and what our channels were, like how to follow us or get in touch.
Yeah, so we're in the process of building out a streaming, a production, a broadcast room. So we do have full professional broadcast services here at Ace Arena. So if you're looking for an event space to do any kind of live stream or production, when we were closed down for the few months of COVID, we actually live streamed concerts and bands and entertainers. We had a comedy show that we started, which we will be doing a live stream comedy show next Saturday night. So if you guys, or this coming up Saturday, it's October 10th, and that will be live streamed on our channel. We're more than just gaming here, but we're excited about the opportunities of doing a lot of different things here and provide a lot of different entertainment and stuff like that. We have an audience question. All right, so the PC setups, we have some great systems here. We've got 36 high-end gaming PC systems. They're i5, RTX 2070 graphics cards. There's no hard drives in any of them, so nothing's saved personally on them. They're hooked up to our fiber internet, so we got the fastest internet here in town for gaming. So yeah, they're pretty solid. We have a pretty good setup on the PCs.
Yeah,
I would think that.
You guys do it kind of like virtually, right? Like the virtual login.
Yeah, and so everything is we've got our platform through GG Circuit, which we can actually do some tournaments online through our online platform as well. So you can actually play online at home on your system for some of the challenges that we'll be doing. I think we'll probably be rolling some of the stuff on October 30th into both an online and an in-person type of event and things like that.
Yeah, I think
So.
your game library is like 50 games right now. Like I know we play Valorant, like there's Counter Strike, Call of Duty, all like the Overwatch, all like the main mainstream games are on there. But you guys have the ability, like if we like we were talking with Luke the other day, was like adding Among Us to the game collection. Like it's very easy. They just add it to the main computer, they install it, and then once the person logs in next to any of the other 36 computers, it's on there. So.
Yeah, that's right. If there's a game you need, we can get it and have it on the system in no time at all. So even if we don't have it on here, you can just come in, log into your Steam, download it, and start playing.
And that's the key thing too. Don't forget that stuff when you come. If you want to play with your setup, you need to have your credentials to come in. It's they do have some accounts here for the actual store, but if you want something specific, you need to have your.
If you want to play Overwatch, If you want to play Overwatch, you have to have your own
anything
Overwatch.
on Battle.net, that kind of stuff. So,
Oh, and like the authorization things, like Battle.net has its own token thing where you have to, if you try to log in from somewhere else, they need you to verify that you are who you are.
Yep.
That was really the only one-time thing, but everything else is really easy to just get on any of these computers, really.
And to kind of touch on what John was saying about the other events that we have here, I've been in the community a long time. I've seen every single one of these centers that have come up like this, and nothing has compared to this. This is an absolute new idea. When I first heard the mission, it was getting to the community, getting to the kids, and that's something I always told my friends that weren't in gaming. I was like, listen, there's going to be a day you're going to turn on the TV and you're going to see these guys playing on ESPN. You're going to see this stuff, and you laugh at me today because I'm playing Pokemon, but I'm telling you, these kids are going to come out here and surprise you in soccer world. And it's places like this that have definitely grown that for us, and that we can cultivate that here now in Jacksonville. It's amazing. So
yeah, the competition is just getting bigger and steeper and more stressful on these kids, and so that was really the purpose of starting our Little E-League program. Was we wanted to get those kids out and teach them the same core values that sports teaches you. Teamwork, collaboration, communication skills that you need with your teammates, to be successful in these games. It takes a lot of practicing with purpose, and you're not going to win every game, and you got to be able to control your emotions. If you want to make it to that next level, these pro teams are looking for people that can represent their brands, right? And they don't want people that can fly off the handle or spouting off racial slurs or derogatory to women. They want to have people that are well-rounded, that can control their selves and conduct themselves professionally. And so we hope to take some of these kids that are playing in their rooms just on the internet and not having a coach or a mentor with them, and provide that for these kids, or provide to these young gamers. Because I think if we can do that here, then when they do go back online and they play, maybe that's translated when they go back and play with their friends or with strangers and things like that.
So what were the prices for here? All the price, what would it cost to play here?
Yeah, so to come in, it's real reasonable. I mean, it's $7 an hour. We do a bulk package, which is 4 hours of game time for $20, so it gets it down to like $5 an hour. We also have a membership that we're starting. It's $99 a month right now. You get to play unlimited PC. Come in and play. We had a founders membership package that we put out. It was $69. We may bring that back, so keep an eye on that. So if you guys are interested in getting something really good, special on a deal, just follow our social media and things like that. We do have racing simulators in here. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see any of our social media stuff, but we have 4 racing sims here. These are the same racing sims that NASCAR and Formula One drivers train on. So when COVID hit and all the racetracks were closed, all these professional drivers were doing virtual racing and iRacing. ESPN, you talk about things on TV, ESPN, Fox, they're all covering these virtual races. Well, we have 4 of those here, so you can come in and race. They're a whole lot of fun. So that's another thing that we have here for you guys to do.
The really cool thing about like the pricing, like if you buy like the 4 hours, I think Ray touched on it, but like you buy 4 hours, you spend $20, like you spend 2 hours playing, but you have to go, you can come back. Like it's attached to your account. So whenever you log in, it starts ticking that meter down. As soon as you log off, you save the rest of your time. So it makes it really easy to just say, hey, like I'm going to come back. Like I'm just going to buy. I think I normally was buying like 25 hours at a time.
Yeah.
But now that you guys like have the membership, I'll probably end up spending that because like me, Mike, and some of our teammates will come up here every now and then just to come hang out and play. And yeah, it makes life really easy. Whether you can just like you can spend it and not have to worry about, oh man, I gotta make sure I spend all 4 hours so I get all my time. Like now you can just use what you have and then like you can come back and just save it for later, and it's not a big deal. You don't have to stress anything like that. It's really well thought out how you guys did all this.
Yeah, no, that's great. And like I said, there's a lot of things coming and we have in the works, and with some partnerships, and we hope to grow this and really build on it, the gaming side of things. Obviously, COVID hit, so we're really trying. Everyone's adapting to doing different things and stuff. So we've been really focusing on a lot of our events side of things and bringing in different things. For example, we had a Cabaret Fundraiser in here last night. We had my friend Jocelyn, who owns Set Studios, came in, and we had about 16 young students come in and just sing. They were amazing. If you haven't, go on and check out our Facebook page. I think half of it is up there. Kind of got cut off a little bit, but they did an amazing job. We're hoping to have them back.
You should have heard the kids in the back. So I was in the back while this was going on playing, and one of the kids was like, I can hear the Halo theme going on right now. It wasn't the Halo theme, but it was these kids. They were blowing it out. I was shocked. We were trying to play competitively. I'm like, wow, I don't know if I can focus on my game here or am I listening to this? Yeah. But it was phenomenal. They did a great job. It was very impressive.
Yeah. So yeah, we're all about all kinds of different things and diversity, and I think that's what's great about Babes, Games, and Geeks is that it's diverse, it's everybody and inclusive, and we're trying to do it all, really. I mean, but it's tough to have so many different things going on. Like I said, I'd like to give shout outs to our team. Luke back there, wave over there. Luke's back in the background, greeting people when they come in. We've got my sister Jill, who does all of our marketing stuff. So if you guys seen all of our social media stuff, she does an incredible job there. And then we have our business team behind us that is really supporting us and getting things going and stuff like that. But let's kind of get back to the community stuff and talk about some things. Sydney, what do you have coming up the next week or two, or what do you got planned?
Yeah, right now, mine is this week. My dad's birthday is coming up, but right now we do for sure have set in stone 2 meetups. The 2 meetups we have right now are going to be October 10th and October 24th. The one thing that I have found the absolute hardest for a woman to break into in the nerd community is Dungeons and Dragons. It is one of the more aggressive, I would say, community games there is, because once you have a group formed, that's the group you play with. And so ideally what we like to do at Babes, Games, and Geeks is bring that here to ACE. There is tons of space, and we've already had a 101. But essentially, October 10th, we're going to be having open to anyone to come in. We have DMs we have 3 DMs coming in to help share and teach you how to play. The 10th is going to be a character creation day. They're going to walk you through all of the classes, all of the different races, backgrounds, everything possibly to build your D&D character. And then the 24th, we're actually going to get started and start those gameplays. With 3 dungeon masters, I mean, that's easily 6 to 8 people per table. So if you've never played before, or if you've always wanted to start, please come out and give it a try. There are no table fees for that. And again, there's tons of space here at Ace Arena that we're able to utilize. And so we do also ask that if you're an experienced player, please feel free to come out as well. This is a time to possibly find a new group, to meet new players, help encourage others to, find their love for it as you do as well. But right now, the 10th and 24th are 2 set in stones. Like I said before, though, most of our meetups are pretty organic. We work with the team here at Ace Arena and everything they do with John and Jill in terms of we'll get together on talk on the weekend and say, this week we're going to do this. Whether it's going to be all girls movie night, whether it's going to be a board game night, whether it's going to be anything, we'll always be sure to post it in advance so you guys know exactly when to come out. But the 10th, this Saturday, will be the next one. Also, we have the arts market, the Awkward Ace Arts Market here on Sunday. The next one is this Sunday, the 11th. We highly encourage you guys to come out to that. There's tons of vendors. Last weekend was phenomenal. We have nerdy vendors, we have artist vendors, we have variety of food vendors that come out. So definitely be coming out to that. We'll have a table as well, also set up for games. I know that Ace put up a bunch of games on the big screen for you guys to be able to play as well. So this weekend, Saturday D&D, and then Sunday the arts market. And then from there, we'll just update you week by week on what's going on. But that's what we're doing for the community. I highly encourage you guys to come out.
So for the D&D, is that like going to be like a one shot? So like you find your group and then you do one campaign that day and then the group's done, or is this like going to be consecutive?
It will be. So with the 3 DMs, we'll always have at least one that's doing a one shot, 2 to 3 hour campaign. If we have a group with 6 to 8 people, depending on the group size, that you guys would like to continue it. I mean, if you want that going a month or too long, you guys can build it that way. But right now we have about 35, 40 members, and they're broken up pretty evenly. So if you're looking for a one shot, you can find that. If you're looking for a longer one, you can find that. If you are just wanting to come watch and learn, I know personally, like the last one, I watched. So I was like, let me just take everything in.
It's a lot.
Let me take everything in. But yeah, you can find pretty much anything at this first meetup. Highly encouraged. We'll also tell you what to bring beforehand so you're prepared, like a rule book to make sure you're on the same page. But you can pretty much download everything now on D&D on your phone, tablet, computer. So you can bring those as well. So
I was gonna say, like, doing more than a one shot can be kind of intimidating for somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. Just like, I have to commit to 8 weeks. What? Like every Tuesday I have to come in, you know? So like we have our group, you know, we do D&D, but you know, one shots are definitely like really good at getting people involved. So they're not committing to like months or disappointing people by not showing up. You know, like you can just say, hey, I just want to go, you know, have some fantasy fun, whatever, you know.
And that's how we got it started, because initially with the group, I was focusing a lot on anime cosplay, kind of like the more, you know, nerdy, mainstream things right now. But with D&D, I had a lot of women saying, do you guys have a D&D group? I didn't know. I just discovered the D&D community just a few months ago, and having so many women that are interested, I thought, well, let's just get our group going and see how that goes, and it'll give them the time to find their group, get playing, and so on from there. It also gives players the time to, if you've been in a group for a very long time, it's stagnant, you're just looking to switch it up a little bit, come find some people.
I feel like being an orc today, you know?
Yeah, and one thing for the audience, there is a thing called D&D Beyond, and they handle pretty much all that. You don't even have to buy dice. There are dice in the thing. It shows up on the screen.
Yeah.
Like she said, you can use your phone. And I'm all about that life. So yeah, I hope that is successful for you guys. I'm trying to check it out for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know about it, so that might be fun to come check out. For
Yeah,
sure.
I got an 11-year-old daughter, and I think she'd be very interested. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely have to bring her out.
All of our meetups are always kid friendly. We'll make sure, I mean, if we're going out anywhere else and, you know, anything else like that, we'll let you know. But every meetup we have is great for kids. It's great for parents. If you can't find a babysitter, just bring them with you. We've had 14-year-old girls come in and learn how to sew on a sewing machine. We've had, guys come in, 15-year-old boys come in and play board games because, in this age right now, there's so many electronics. Finding somebody to play a physical game with is so difficult, especially for kids. And so ACE just like allows us to offer all of that for kids, adults, everything in between. And so definitely bring them out.
Yeah, I'm a board game guy. I grew up playing board games, and we were actually going to try to play a little Uno today, but it didn't work out. But yeah, the board games are kind of my thing. I can't play the games now. I'm the old guy. You talk about D&D. I mean, I played D&D back in the 80s. Give you an idea of how
the
old I
last
am
D&D
and stuff like
meetup,
that. So,
he's like, wait 1 second, let me go grab my box, and he busts out this like amazing like first edition set of Dungeons and Dragons. It was fantastic.
yeah,
Tablecloth. Let's do this.
when you said you were coming with the D&D, I was like up in the attic, like, where's my box of stuff? I got to get my stuff out. It was like some miniatures I had painted a long time ago and things like that. It was actually pretty cool to a little nostalgia getting back out because And yeah, and it's just I was a paladin back then, so that's
Okay,
what
there you
that's
go.
always what I played. But it's good stuff.
To pivot on that a little bit, I know we talked about parents and kids coming in now. I understand that if a child comes in that's under the age of 13, they have to have a parent with them. I totally like this. So explain a little bit of that to the audience that isn't familiar with
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're not a babysitter here, so we don't want you just dropping off your kids and running to do your errands. We want everyone to be mature. Like I said, with social distancing, we got to be responsible for everybody's actions. So, if you're over the age of 13, you're more than welcome to come in and stay without a parent. But if you want to be here with your child, then we want to make sure that everybody is safe because a lot of kids don't understand boundaries, and so we want to make sure that they are watched and we're not babysitters like
Yeah.
you said. But
I particularly, the reason why I brought that up is
Yep.
I like the fact that it's here for the parents to get involved with their kid. It's lost right now sometimes when we're seeing these kids online. Specifically, we just played with a group of people that, like after the game, the guy was just totally rude. He was a kid, you could tell. There was no reason for it. And it's kind of one of those things where if you had the sportsmanship, if you had the parent guiding you, this wouldn't happen.
right,
The fact that you guys do it here kind of gives those parents, hey, when my kid's playing, this is what he's excited about. This drives him. This is what he wants to see. This is what he wants to play with when he gets home. And when they have those conversations, when you tune them out as a parent, it's not fair to them. They don't understand that you're not into it. But if you're here and you're learning about it, you might get into it. So I mean, as when I heard about that, I kind of like, a lot of the stuff here, like I said, I love the moral fiber that we have going on here. So I just want to throw that in there. I thought that was
no, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's what it's all about, is about building the community and building these kids and giving everyone the opportunity that they need. We're going to pass it over here to Ray. We got about 10 minutes, and Ray's got to get off to a tournament. Ray, do you have anything else that you want to add?
Well,
before
I mean,
take off?
I just wanted to say, as a parent, I have 3 kids, and they all play video games, and I love the concept of the Little League. I think it's a great idea, especially in this day and age where you have the kids not just playing the games, but they're playing with their friends, or they're watching these YouTube videos or streamers, that are very toxic. They're yelling when they lose. They're doing all these things that are just really not good behavior. And to be able to get your kids into an environment where they can learn how to play these games, they can learn how to play respectfully, learn how to lose gracefully. I mean, that's the thing about these games. There's always going to be a winner, there's always going to be a loser, and you have to learn how to handle those situations in a way that's more positive. For me, I try to set an example at home. I'm not the greatest of examples. I have moments where I get salty when I lose in a game, but at the same time,
that's what competition it drives.
It is. It does. It drives.
It kind of puts you in check, but you're right.
But when you see, your child, playing Mario, and they end up, getting killed in Mario, and then they start screaming at the screen, it's like, whoa, wait a minute, we need to, discuss this. So, having anything like that, having the ability to kind of teach in those moments and explain, why it's not okay to act a certain way, I think is very beneficial. And I love the concept of Little League. I think it's great.
Yeah, no doubt. Mike and Morgan, you guys have any last
I
closing?
have a question for Ray, because I know from what I know, I haven't dove too deep in the fighting scene. How is the scene right now for you? I know everything's online, and that was always kind of a thing that I heard in the past. There's a lot of toxicity in the community, and it's different when someone's standing next to you and you're getting hyped up and stuff. Now, how do you transition to that? Are you guys talking to each other on Discord?
We do.
Playing?
For the most
Okay.
part, when we get into lobbies,
Right.
we end up getting together on Discord. So we're talking, we're communicating as we're playing. And, our local scene, we try to make those moments as big of a teaching opportunity as possible. So as we're playing matches, if we're noticing that we're maybe getting away with a certain move that is punishable or something, we may, let the other person know, hey, you can do this to respond to, and if you block this move, you can respond with this. you know,
took
things
that
like that.
total opposite direction I was thinking. I was
Ah,
thinking
okay.
cross tracking, talking trash over the.
No, we.
That's cool.
I mean,
that's,
yeah, for the most part, when we're in those lobbies, there's not too much trash talking that goes on. If we're in a lobby and we have people that are not in the Discord with us, they maybe just join the lobby and they're playing. We may talk trash about them. That may or may not happen. I can't confirm nor deny it. The one thing for me, I grew up in the arcade scene. So, in the arcade scene, it was sink or swim. You took your money, you put your quarters up on the machine, you waited your turn, you got up there and you tried to survive as long as you could. So, those days I think were a lot rougher than the online days.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've looked at the stats recently before I came on today. I was looking at like just as far as the video game industry itself compared to the movie industry. It is dwarfed in comparison. So I think roughly the video game industry just this year had over 157 billion with a B billion, and I think the film industry, which you would think would be a lot higher, actually only had like 47 billion. So places like this and stuff like this, I know it's not completely mainstream yet, but there's a lot of us out here. There is a lot of us out here, and the more that we can support places like this and keep this growing is, going to help in the long run for generations, for people that are just getting into gaming, or we want to be mentors to the kids. This is it's phenomenal.
It's a great environment.
One of the things we want to try to do more of is like, I know we're saying we're competitive Valorant, like trying to be super competitive, but one of the things we also want to do is we want to have fun with the game. And when I think we have a meetup, I think it was on the 14th. Is that right?
Yeah.
Our next Valorant meetup, I think we'll be posting more about it, but we want to have more fun with the game. Like we want to do these things where just like, okay, we're going to do 2-on-2 and we're going to make this, silly obstacle you have to do to, compete against each other. Something that gets us out of our, comfort zone to kind of have fun with the game and not as much like grinding, full passion all the time, so 16th, yeah. So 16th we'll be doing something for Valorant. We have like 7 or 8 ideas already. Any of those one ideas we could do for an hour. Have plenty of fun. It's just we need more people to do it.
And on that note, I think we're getting pretty close to our time. It kind of went by pretty quickly. Speaking of getting everyone out here, we do want to invite everybody to come. If you haven't come and checked out the space, please come by. You'll see that we've got lots of room here for everyone to spread out. A lot of people say, well, why would somebody go to a video game place when I can play games at home, right? And I always say, well, why do people go to bars or go to concerts? Because they can listen to music at home and they can, drink at home, but they go out for the social experience and things like that. And I think that's what it's all about, is being able to get out social and be with your people, if you will, and kind of, families that come out and game together, stay together. And, we have a great group of families that come in here. We do birthday parties, and things like that. We're doing a bar mitzvah in here for not too long. So if you need a place for your event or party, come check us out. We rent the whole venue out to you. We got different rooms that we'll rent out to you for your events. We have a lot of stuff going on. I guess that's it. I mean, we're really wrapping it up. And any last questions on there? Anything coming up?
Popo said you guys have amazing computers.
Popo, you need to come out here. I don't know if I've met you, but if you like Valorant, come hang out on the 16th.
And come this weekend to learn about D&D on Saturday at 12 noon and the awkward arts market.
Awkward arts market. Yes, that's so awkward to say. It's just, that's why
awkward to say, awkward to be there, but we all love it.
So, yeah. All right, guys. I'd like to thank Ray. Ray, you got to get over to your tournament, so good luck on that today. Mike, Morgan, and Sydney, from all of us here at Ace Arena, we thank you guys for joining us. It was a lot of fun. Come out and see us, and we'll see you around.
Friends.